Necip Fazıl Kısakürek was an influential Turkish writer who opposed multiple Turkish governments and used his pen to call for justice. During his youth, he gained a government scholarship to study abroad and went to France to study philosophy at Sorbonne University. After returning to Turkey, Necip Fazıl concluded that his country was going in the wrong direction in terms of its blind admiration towards Western culture. In a newspaper article, he criticized Mustafa Kemal Ataturk and his followers and stated, "Reckless admiration for the West is a disease. We are in a terrible crisis of moral bankruptcy, as the revolution of Ataturk did not come with a concept of morality. We are Muslims and the source of our morality should be Islam." Ataturk's actions represented the sharpest hostility towards Islam. In 1949, Necip Fazıl was arrested and imprisoned after he criticized President İsmet İnönü and exposed his brutal military campaigns and massacres against the Kurdish population of Turkey. Necip Fazıl was eventually released from prison in 1950 by the newly elected Prime Minister Adnan Menderes. Necip Fazıl eventually established his own political party, known as the Great Eastern Society Party, and called for an Islamic government in Turkey. In 1960, the democratic process in Turkey proved to be a failure when Prime Minister Adnan Menderes was overthrown in a military coup and executed by the army. Therefore, the Turkish elite and the Republican People's Party were back in power. Necip Fazıl spoke out against the Turkish army and called them an unconscious herd, and he also strongly criticized the Republican Party and stated, "The Republican People's Party is not a party. It is an institution of massacre dedicated to making Turks lose their religion, language, and essence." Necip Fazıl continued to speak out against injustice until his death, and throughout his life he wrote multiple books, including his book on Western thought and Sufism, as well as many biographies of Islamic figures in Turkey, such as his biography of Said Nursi. Necip Fazıl Kısakürek passed away in May 1983.